Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Little Marketing Podcast, where we provide you, small business owners across the globe, with smart and tangible marketing advice for your small business. Now, if you're a regular listener or watcher to our podcast, make sure you are giving us a rating and review. Make sure you're following and subscribing, and of course, sharing any content with any friends or family or other small business owners that you think could get value in listening or watching our podcast. So, in dealing with small business owners for 17 years, we've heard every excuse under the sun as to why they don't market their business. So, today I'm going to address 5 key reasons that we hear and discuss why these are just excuses and how you can overcome these excuses to get your marketing started so that you're able to drive your revenue, drive your profit, and give your business and your life plenty of choices. So let's get into it. So the first one that we hear, and the most common one for small business owners, not just in marketing, is all about time. They don't have time to do marketing. They don't have time to go to the gym. They don't have time to have a nutritious meal. There's lots of excuses. Now, as you know, deep down, time is just an excuse. We all have time to sit and watch TV, watch Netflix, scroll through on social media, and I'd be scared to see the number of hours that people spend doing all of these things that really add no value to their life. So for me, as I said, time is just an excuse. Now, it's all about, from a marketing perspective and anything in your life, it's about creating some good habits and creating some structure and consistency in your life, and where marketing fits in that schedule and that daily and weekly and monthly routine. So if you look at your morning routine, let's talk about mine. So I'm up at 5:30, have something to eat, go to the gym, come back home, eat, change, go have a coffee, and come to work. Now, the first thing that I do when I get to work is I create content that we then put up across social platforms. So for me, that's my habit and that's my routine. So before I check any emails, I've already done one piece of content and one piece of marketing for our business. Now, that routine won't necessarily work for everybody, but you need to find a routine that works best for you, your lifestyle and your habits, your family, and everything that goes on in your life. But you need to make sure that you create some type of structure and it forms part of your habit. Now, there's a well-known book, Atomic Habits. There's also another book called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Now, both of these books talk about creating some habits, and there's a term called habit stacking, which basically means, and I'll give an example to help explain. So if, let's say, for example, you wanted to give your kids into the routine of brushing their teeth at night. So the habit might be that as part of them having a shower at night, they also will brush their teeth at the same time. So you're stacking together 2 habits, one that they're already doing as part of their daily life, and so you're adding another habit or stacking another habit onto that routine. So the 2 of them are kind of combined in one, and that could be a routine that they then keep on for the rest of their lives thanks to you. So that's just one example of habit stacking. So for me, when I come into the office, before I even look at an email, my habit stacking is come in, unpack, and do content immediately. So for me, that's just part of my daily habit. And so that allows us to have consistency in marketing our business. Like I said, that's not going to work for everybody, but you need to find a way where marketing becomes part of your ritual and your habit. Now, the other way to overcome time as a fake obstacle is to create further structure. So it may be that you document what your activities will look like and the frequency over those over a day, a week, a month, or a year. So it might be that you say, okay, every Monday morning when I first come in, before I look at emails, I'm going to post on LinkedIn. On Wednesday, I'm going to do a video to post on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And on Friday, I'm going to send an email out to our database talking about one of our service offerings. So that might be a simple structure that you follow, that you're able to maintain, and it's all about making sure that it actually is doable and realistic. Don't set unrealistic targets that will never get done. Set a realistic schedule that's going to work for you, your team, your lifestyle, and everything that goes on in your business. So again, it's about just having some structure and habit to get your marketing started. So time, that's the first one. The second one is skills. Now, there are so many ways for you to upskill your marketing activity and so many free tools out there. And we'll talk about the free tools when we talk about one of the other obstacles. But in terms of skills, there are so many videos, courses, things that you can listen, watch, read to upskill and understand the importance of marketing, what it really means for your business, and the tactical elements that you can do, whether it's posting on YouTube, whether it's writing an Instagram post, whether it's doing a LinkedIn post, whether it's sending out an email to your database, whether it's setting up an SMS campaign. There are so many tips, tutorials, and ways to get this knowledge. We live in such a knowledge-filled world that now is the best time for any small business to get started in their marketing, given the amount of resources. Now, in terms of skills, when we started our business 17 years ago, there was hardly even social media. So as a business, we've had to upskill our knowledge and our ability so that we're able to service and consult with our clients and give them the best possible advice when it comes to marketing their small business. So if you're not upskilling in every part of your life, not just in marketing, then chances are you're not learning, you're being left behind. And I always say the minute you stop learning, you may as well stop living, because at the end of the day, knowledge absolutely is power. So that's the second one, skills. Third is money. So I touched on the fact that there are so many free tools to help you not only to get knowledge, but to actually execute and implement your marketing. So if you think about all the social platforms, they are all essentially free for you to be posting organic content, whether it's videos on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, posting content on LinkedIn. Like, there are so many options. And again, you need to pick the platforms that work best for your business. And it's about making sure that it's maintainable and doable and realistic as part of your weekly habits structure and routine. But because there are so many free platforms, again, there's also like email platforms as well that are all free. So money should not be an obstacle. It's about investing the time in your marketing to upskill and to learn these free platforms so that you are able to market your business as frequently as possible so that you're getting your business and your brand out there. So that's the third obstacle, or the third excuse that we see. And for me, I think that is a poor excuse given the amount of tools that are out there in the world. Now, if you think about what that looked like 20, 25 years ago, there was no YouTube, Amazon books were just coming online. So that, the amount of knowledge, Google was just finding its place in the world. Now we've got all of those things, plus things like ChatGPT, and like there's just endless amount of knowledge, not all great, but endless amount of knowledge and education to help you to market your business and figure out what works and what doesn't. So yeah, for me, money is just another excuse. The fourth is confidence. So having the confidence and the belief in a few things. One, in yourself, and believing that you can be a successful business owner and having the faith that you will succeed. So that's the first one. It's also confidence in actually putting yourself out there. It's not an easy thing to do, especially for introverts, and there are a lot of successful introvert small business owners, but you need to start somewhere when it comes to marketing, and you need to care less. And I know that's easier said than done, but you need to care less about what people think and say, because while they're sitting there and potentially criticizing you, you're the one that's marketing to the outside world and getting customers and clients to come across you so that they can potentially trust you, buy from you, and again, for you to drive revenue and profit and give yourself choices. So confidence is a big one. We see it a lot in small business owners, but I think you need to just try to find a way. And again, I think that's part of the education piece as well. You need to find a way to just get over it. And I know, again, easier said than done, but you need to find a way to be able to just start communicating in some way, shape, or form. You don't necessarily need your face across everything. There are so many tools to market to the outside world without having to put your face there. So it's about just getting a start and having the confidence and the belief in yourself and in your business as well. And the fifth and final one that we hear a lot is small businesses saying that they don't want to be that business that spams and emails and posts all the time. Now, my answer to that is, who cares? At the end of the day, you want to target businesses that want to be able to ultimately buy from you at some point in time. And they may not want to buy from you today, tomorrow, or next week. But when the time comes, if you've been top of mind, whether it's posting on social, whether it's sending out emails, whatever the activity is, if you have been top of mind, then when the time comes for them to buy, then you have a high chance of them choosing you over the competition. Now, for those that are worried that people will think that they are over communicating, who cares? Let them unsubscribe, let them unfollow. Maybe they weren't going to be good clients in the first place if they aren't willing to listen and see all the information. Now, I'm not expecting that every person that follows or subscribes to your database or to your socials is going to read or listen or watch everything and every post that you're putting out there, because the reality is that that's not the case. But it's about them just coming across your brand as regularly as possible, so when the time comes, you're at least a chance for them to choose you over the competition. And remember, marketing is a battle of the mind, and it's about finding that spot in the minds of your customers that is different to the competition, that eliminates the competition, or where there is the least amount of competition. And the only way that you can really find that spot and cement yourself there is to be communicating. So don't worry about the over communication bit, because just when you think that you're communicating a lot, trust me, people are only seeing 20 or 30% of what you're actually putting out there, because remember, their lives are busy as well. But you've got to be out there and in it to win it, to give your business the best chance for them to know you, to remember you, and to ultimately choose you. So there's a lot of factors there for them to choose you. And if you're not communicating as regularly as possible, then you're not going to give yourself a chance. So what you think is over communication, chances are your customers and clients are not thinking that at all. So if we recap the 5 kind of obstacles and myths around not starting your marketing. So we've got time, we've got money, we've got skills, we've got confidence, and we've got the over communication. So for me, I've given examples of how you can overcome those 5 obstacles. They're just excuses in your head. It's about just taking action. It's not going to be perfect on day one. Your marketing will evolve, but it's about just getting a start. So I hope you found that useful and relatable in your particular circumstance as a small business owner. Overcome some of those objections and what's going on in your head, and just get a start in your marketing. And as always, we'd love a rating and review, and make sure you're subscribing, and of course sharing this content with other small business owners that you think would find this useful. So thanks everyone, and we'll see you back next week. Make sure you're watching all of our shorts in the meantime.
Please note that all the information provided on this podcast is general in nature and is not intended to be specific advice to your individual situation. Please be sure to engage a professional for a customized approach to your business and personal circumstances.